For whatever reason, it took me forever to get my filming angle just right today. So hopefully this one will be okay because it took me at least 10 minutes. I don't know what my problem is today. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm here today to film a book tag. Today I'm doing the mid-year book freakout tag because we are halfway through this year. And we are even closer to Christmas than we were to last Christmas, which makes me extremely happy. So yeah, we're in July. We are halfway through the year, which means quite a good amount of books have been consumed by yours truly. At the time of filming, I have read 32 books, which for me is pretty good. I did DNF 2 of those. But I read a good chunk of them, so we're just gonna count them because I had to suffer through a lot of pages to get to the point where I DNF'd it. So we're gonna count them. But still, it's better, even if I didn't count the DNFs and it was 30, it's still better than I did last year. So I'm on a roll. And I read quite a few good books this year and I can't wait to share them with you guys in this video. So the mid-year book freakout tag was created by Chammy from It's Chammy, so I'll be linking her channel and video down below. And now we are just going to dive into this question. So now we are just going to dive into this tag and these questions. Question number 1 is the best book that you have read so far this year. I've actually had quite a few 5-star books this year, so it was kind of hard to choose one, but I have one. Let me tell you. And that one is Girl in a Tower by Katherine Arden. I loved this book so much. I loved The Baron and Nightingale, which was book 1, but this one is even better. I just love the main protagonist. I love the story. I love the setting in medieval Russia, and it's very atmospheric, and I love it to bits, and I cannot wait for the 3rd book, and I'm very, very sad that the release date got pushed to next January, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can acquire an ARC. Question number 2 is the best sequel you have read so far this year. I'm giving that one to Grey Sister by Mark Lawrence. I did read Red Sister, which was the first one in this trilogy this year as well, but I read Grey Sister, obviously, and I loved it even more than Red Sister. This is an amazing trilogy that I am enjoying immensely. I cannot wait for the final book. And I'm actually realizing right now that I don't actually know if this is a trilogy. This could potentially be more than 3 books, and I'm too lazy to Google it, so I am sorry. I've also had a hit and miss experiences with Mark Lawrence. I did not like his Broken Empire trilogy that much, but this one has redeemed him in my eyes. I love it. I love the main protagonist. I love everything about the story. It's very, very engrossing. The first book, Red Sister, is a little bit of a slow burn. It takes about 150 pages to get into it, but then once you do, it's like, boom, it hits you and you cannot wait to finish it. And Grey Sister was action-packed, I would say, from beginning to end. Definitely an intriguing story, and I just loved it so much. Number 3 is a new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. For me, I'm going with The Poppy War by RF Kuang. I cannot wait to get to this book. I keep hearing amazing things about the story. It seems like it's a type of book that I would really, really enjoy. Plus, I'm really enjoying Asian-inspired fantasy settings. I loved Grace of Kings, and I have a feeling I'm going to love this one as well. This is actually one that I'm hoping to get to this month, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Question number 4 is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I am going with The Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I read Strange the Dreamer this year, and I really, 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 really enjoyed it. And so I cannot wait to get my hands on book 2, especially the way that book 1 ended. I need to know what is going to happen. It was a very kind of heart-wrenching ending, and I need more. Question number 5 is your biggest disappointment. For me, I'm going with Borne by Jeff Vandermeer. Everybody sings Jeff Vandermeer's praises just to the sky. Everybody loves him so much, and I read Borne and I hated it. It was probably one of my least favorite books from this year. Did not enjoy it whatsoever. I hated it so much. It needed more Borne. If I'm going to be particularly honest, I probably would have enjoyed it if there had been more Borne, but the main character who was narrating the story I found extremely annoying and really whiny, and I think that's why I did not end up enjoying the story as much as I could have. So definitely a very disappointing novel for me. Question number 6 is the biggest surprise. I'm giving this to The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I had read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black a few years ago, and I absolutely despised it. Hated that book so much. So I saw people talking about this one at the beginning of the year, and they kept talking about how much they enjoyed it, and I really, really enjoy fae stories, so I decided to just pick it up, give it a chance, and I actually ended up really liking it. And I don't know if that was partly because I went into it expecting to think it was trash, so my expectations were low, but I actually really enjoyed it and it really surprised me. So I am anticipating reading book 2. It's gonna be great. Question number 7 is your favorite new author. It can either be a debut author or just new to you. For this one, I'm going with S.A. Chakraborty. She wrote City of Brass and I read it this year and I loved it so much. I cannot wait to read book 2. I cannot wait for it to come out. She just released the cover for it this past week and it's a gorgeous cover and it's made me even more excited for the story, but I just really enjoyed her writing and I found the story really engrossing. I like the main character, I like the setting, which is like 18th century Middle East, and it was just a really, really exciting book, and I cannot wait for the next one. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush. I don't typically get crushes on fictional characters unless it's like the media, like, you know, movies and whatnot, because I'm not gonna lie, I did have a crush on Carrie Yules from The Princess Bride and Robin Hood Men in Tights for quite a few years. But in terms of literary works, I don't typically have a fictional crush. But if I had to choose one from this year, it was going to go to Laszlo Strange from Strange the Dreamer. I mean, he's a librarian, he's so kind-hearted and so sweet, and it's just a perfect combo in my mind. So if I had to choose one, it would be Dear Laszlo, aka Strange the Dreamer. Question number 9 is your newest favorite character. I'm going to go with Nona from the Red Sister, Grey Sister books. I love Nona. She is fantastic. She has had to suffer and struggle through a lot of shit, but she stands up for what she believes in, and she fights for what she believes in and what she believes is right, and kind of follows her own moral compass. And she's just strong, and she doesn't give up. And I really, really like her character. Really. I really, really do. There's a lot of reallys, but I don't know, she's just an intriguing character. I mean, she's both kind of innocent and vicious at the same time, which I think makes for kind of an intriguing character combination. So I'm definitely looking forward to future installments with Nona, kind of seeing how she continues to grow. Question number 10 is a book that made you cry. I have not cried this year with the book. It's actually really, really hard to make me cry. If I think about it, I think the last book I cried at was Robin Hobb's books. I think Fool's Fate was the last time I cried at a book. Apparently I have a cold, icy heart. Question number 11 is a book that made you happy. I'm giving this one to Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This was a middle grade novel that I am obsessed with. I cannot wait to get to the second book that's coming out later this year. It was so good. I loved it as an adult, but I can tell you right now that if I had read this when I was like 11, 12 years old, you know, about the age that it was geared towards, I would have been obsessed with this story. It made me get that kind of feeling of excitement that I used to get all the time when I was younger and would read new and exciting books, which now that I think about it, it's kind of sad. I don't really get that feeling anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm reading differently, but this one definitely gave me that recaptured sense of excitement with a book, and I loved it to bits. Question number 12 is a favorite book to film movie adaptation that you watched this year. I don't think I have seen any. I mean, we did rewatch the BBC version of Emma that was done, I believe, in 2008, but it was a rewatch. But it is one of my favorite book to movie adaptations. I love this version of Emma. It was done so well and perfectly cast. So even though it's a rewatch, I'm gonna go with this one anyway. Question number 13 is your favorite booktube video you have done this year. It's a hard one. I think I'm going to go with The Dogs Choose My TBR. I had our 3 dogs choose my TBR. That one was really fun to film, even though it was a little bit random, and I don't think they were too into it. I should do a sequel to that one soon though. It's been a couple of months since I did that one, and I believe I actually read all of the books that were in that video, so I think it's high time those puppers chose a new book for me to read. Question number 14 is the most beautiful book you have purchased this year. I have 2 that I really enjoyed. The first one is Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. It came out in paperback this year. I still need to get the correct size because I accidentally bought the smaller size because oops. But look how pretty this one is. This is definitely one of my favorite UK editions for Robin Hobb's books. I just love the colors. Teal and gold, and it's so shiny, and look at that spine. I love it so much. These UK covers for Robin Hobb's books are absolutely gorgeous. And then my second favorite book cover is actually The Girl in the Tower by Katherine Arden. I love that it looks like a winter sunset, so you kind of have some snow and that pretty pink and gold. It's an absolutely gorgeous cover. I love it. Also, my eyeshadow almost matches it. That was not on purpose. And finally, question number 15 is what books do you want to read by year's end? I don't actually follow TBRs too closely. I kind of tend to pick up books that pique my interest in the moment. So I don't have any books that I need to finish by the end of the year. I really want to try and finish rereading all of Robin Hobb's Realm of the Elderlings books. I don't know if that will happen, but I want to at least get through half of them. So that's really the only plan that I have in place for what books I want to read. So we'll see what the year will bring. Alright guys, that is it for the mid-year book freakout tag. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of my highlights from the year so far. We're only halfway through, so who knows what will happen before the year ends. But yes, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to throw down in the comments section, please feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, happy reading. Bye!